Hello, Graybeard here, and just going to show you a little short video, hopefully. Shouldn't take too long, because it's a real simple fix. If you own a Chevy S10, it has this kind of the flip down armrest, and you've had this happen. Instead of trying to make up a fix of your own, you can buy this piece that comes with 4 rivets, so you can attach it in there. And this is the piece that fixes it. I tried to paint it black, but where I've been trying to fit it to the little spot there, I cut out a piece of foam too. This is the color it actually comes. It's just basically raw metal. Some people I've seen put a fabric over it and stuff like that, which would probably be a little bit better option, but I just chose to paint it. But anyways, this goes down in here all the way down to the bottom. One guy flushed his up here and it worked, but he also put a lot of foam up above it. Not like this. He used packing foam, like this, almost a styrofoam, but not quite. And this here has a lot of give to it, and it'll help. What happens is, let me show you if I can. I'm going to try to, when you have this in all the way, you can see where it's busted. That's that busted area you saw at the beginning. I'm going to fingerprint this paint up because it's a very humid day because of rain and stuff, and I guess this ain't wanting to, it's supposed to be fast dry paint, but it didn't dry fast. But push that in there all the way, you can still kind of see where it is collapsed. So I cut out a piece of foam, roughly cut. It's not perfectly cut, to fit that little hole down in there. And you just basically, what I'm doing is just tuck it in where it doesn't fit perfect. And it kind of helps hold it in there and out of the way of that metal piece, so it can flush up to what plastic is left. This is the way I decided to do it. Everybody got their own little tweaks and ways of doing it themselves, but this here, you know, tuck it in there like that, and it'll keep it from getting in the way of that metal piece when you try to push it down in there to you know, mark your hole. Well, you ain't gonna mark your holes. You stick it down in there. You can just drill your holes through the holes already in the metal. And anyway, let's see if you can see what I'm trying to show you. There we go. So what I'm gonna do now, well anyways, let me show you this first. When you put this down in there, what I'm gonna do first is push this one down as far as I can get it. And then I'm gonna, well, yeah, I guess it's best to, I might need to tweak that bend a little bit, because it's not flushing up over here. Yeah, you want it to be all the way in there. Okay, yeah, I'm getting it. You see, it doesn't stay flush with the plastic here. I'm gonna probably take some paint marker and touch that up later on. I just got most of it painted, at least. Fingerprints included. Okay, I think I got it good and flush with the bottom. Well, not quite. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this in first. But see, anyway, what I was trying to show you, you can still see where the spot is, but now it's like popped out a little bit. I prefer that over the caved in look. So I figure with me laying my hand on there, or my arm on there, it'll eventually even out, hopefully. Anyhow, yeah, I don't know if this is bent perfectly. They're sold by very, you know, there's quite a few, see, I keep rolling that paint right off there. It didn't stick good. Spray on paint, I don't even know what brand it is. it was in the basement and it was black. I wanted it to match the black plastic. But anyhow, you want your drill bit. It's 9/64 is what it costs for on this. If you do order the kit to fix yours, whatever, it should hopefully come with instructions. Yeah, that's right. But anyways, whatever bit they call for you to use is what you want to use. Anyway, and then what I'm going to do is take a couple of these rivets, go ahead and stick them in there to help line up the hole. That way when I go to push down on this one, it'll hold that end in place. And I'm trying to keep it from pushing down on that. All right, so now hopefully you can see what I'm trying to show you. So let me readjust the camera. Sorry about this. There we go. I was trying to get you a better angle. I don't know if I achieved it. Anyways, yeah, I'm not going for perfection. A lot of people might be a little more, and I'm usually a little anal about things, but I'm trying not to push down on this area when I push that down in there, because I want this to get flush with the underside of this armrest. I don't know why that seemed to take so long. Anyway. Let's push down on that side. Let's make sure we, yeah. Let me go ahead and, yeah. I've already pushed that one down as hard as I can. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rivet in there. And then push down on this side. I'm hoping you can see what I'm trying to show you. I apologize if it ain't just right where you can see it. And I just bought my very first rivet gun for this task. And see, there we go. Now we got all 4 rivets in there. It's down as far as I can get it. And then here's what it looks like on the top. Like I say, you can kind of see it's raised up. I don't know if you can tell. You can see the marking is because it was probably that way for a while. But this here makes it nice and sturdy. If I don't put that foam in there, it's still kind of caved in. And actually, we can pull it out and check. Just double check it one more time, and see if I can pop that out. Yeah, there we go. Pull the foam out, put this back in, and I'm gonna line the rivets up again. That's why I tucked that foam in there. That way it won't affect how it actually touches the upper part of the console underneath. See, and let's, I think I lost one out of there. Yep. It said 9/64. Maybe I should have used just a slightly smaller one, but I don't know. Maybe with these rivets you need a little bit of leeway. Okay. Yeah, I can feel it. With that other way, I don't know. Yeah, you see right here's where it's not busted. And when you go there, just as soon as you hit where it was busted, you can feel like a little downturn. So if you're gonna see it one way or the other, I'd rather have just a smidge more padding to make it a little more cushy, if nothing else. But yeah, it's just a little thin piece of foam. Like I say, this other guy that I watched, he did his, and he covered the metal with fabric. He used a spray-on adhesive to stick it to the metal, and then he poked the holes through the fabric, and you know, after he already had his holes drilled and everything like I showed you. But anywho, we're gonna put these, try to get all this out of the way of that plastic. Well, I got my holes drilled. I guess there's not really much else I can worry about. Let's see if we can get these in. I don't know, I gotta push it down. There we go. You can see where when I push down, it keeps rolling more and more of that paint away. It must not have been very good paint. Maybe I should have bought some paint for it. Actually, the people who lived in this house before we did, I even scraped it. But it's still mostly black, and it'll blend in better than just one big old chunk of raw colored metal. There we go. Now, for something that I've never done, and I'm gonna show you on camera for the first time that I do it. Trying to make sure I'm still filming. Sometimes I'll be filming something and it ruins the whole video. Yeah, there's 4 different sizes on here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the smallest, this second, and then the highest, medium, and then the biggest, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna try to, I'm hoping y'all can see what I'm doing. Yeah, see if you can pick up what I'm laying down. And if this don't work, we'll go to the smallest setting. I've never done this before. I've done a lot of things, but I've never run a rivet gun before. I guess that's what you'd call it. It seems to be working. Yep. Boom. And I scratched it up even more. So yeah, if you do this, I suggest fabric. I'm scraping it up. But yeah, I can live with it. I'll be able to touch it up, and it's going to be on the underside of this. I did not know this about rivets, but you can push them, you know, before you, sorry about that. You can push them through. That one actually, there we go. There we go. I don't know if that would hurt anything, but I just want to make sure that this thing can grab onto it. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done a rivet. Oh, I thought I broke it. That's the wrench. Came out of it. It's got like a little holder. But yeah, I'm impressed. They say that you could use little screws and bolts that'll fit these little holes, and it's not perfectly level, but I don't think the bends are perfect in this piece anyway. But the main thing is that it holds it into place and can support my arm. But they say, anyways, they say you can use little bolts and nuts if that's what you prefer, but they say rivets actually hold better. And they supply them, and I figured might as well use them. I'm taking my finger and pushing on the back of this rivet gun to make sure it's in there good and tight. When I go to do this, I don't know if it matters much, but 4 rivets, and she's into place there. Hope you can see good. I got all my shop lights on. Yeah, you can see good. I couldn't tell for sure, but yeah, and then I can touch up them little scuffs with a paint marker. But in the finished product, like I say, it raises it up a little bit, but yeah, that's as strong as it ever was. I'm not going to be putting my body weight on it or nothing. I just, when I stick my hand on there with that piece in there, I mean, that's it. If you don't want to paint it, if you don't want to cover it, basically all you do is drop it down in that hole. Now, also, I was trying to put it in there and see, you can still see, I hope you can. I'm gonna line you up with this divider here that you're actually riveting it to. If you look, you can see it kind of slightly pushes it over this way. You know, so it's got it on a little bit of a tension. When I got this piece in, it was pushing even further. And when I looked over here, see how this is still not perfectly, if you look down in there, this metal to the plastic is still not perfectly flush down in there. So the bends are not perfect, you know, I mean, but it's darn close. I mean, it's enough to work really well. So this ain't never gonna break. At least I hope it don't. I guess this piece here could break. I wouldn't think this end would. But anyhow, I had to tweak. I tweaked this bend and this bend. And what I did is, like where the bend is, I stuck it down in this vise, you know, pinched it down on there, and then just kind of pushed down on it, because it was out like this, where I needed to pull it in just a hair and make it match up to where it wasn't pushing out on this. And then I kind of over tweaked it a little bit, and then I tweaked it back out, which it still, like I say, it pushes on that just a little bit, but not enough to be crazy or anything to make you think it's going to break it. I guess I could show you me putting it back in. I mean, let's see how long. Oh shoot, we're already up to 1652. This is what I painted it on. My Warrior saw table. I guess I should have brought that back in before it rained again. It didn't really rain that much, but it rained enough to make that little spots low there where that thing was setting, and it's a puddle. So yeah, that thing soaked it up real good. I'll let that drain, and need to remember to throw it out with the garbage. Find my key in my pocket. There it is. Yeah, this truck's a little old-fashioned. Yeah, I waxed it up and everything, and it's still a little rough around the edges, and like I say, the paint's not, you know, it's far from perfect, but no keyless or anything like that. I need to back that out. This stuff is that foam that you saw underneath there that holds everything. I mean, you know, the cushion. I'm hoping that you can see what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to put you in my cup holder. That's still a crooked. That's about as straight as, well, no. Well, let's see what we can do. There, well, I can't get it facing the way I want it to face and do that. Hold it. I think that's the best I can do. I hope you can see. We'll find out when I play it back before I upload it or anything. It's got your little hinge right here. You basically just, I got another plastic shaving from one of them holes I drilled. But see, at least it ain't a big old raw chunk of metal you're looking at underneath there. And like I say, I can touch it up with some, you got two little metal nubs that'll go to these little holes here. You line that back up right there. Get your screws started. You always want to start screws and bolts, lug nuts especially, by hand. Make sure they're rolling on there pretty good and everything. And then you can throw your impact wrench or whatever on there to make sure these little nubs stay in them holes, and then run your screws in. Simple as that. I'm doing this with my left hand, showing you, and holding it with my right when I'm right-handed. That's all there is to it. And then I can clean this seat up, and hopefully most of that stainage will go out. Like I say, this is the area, you can probably see it on the camera, where it's busted out. But this is where my arm's gonna rest, and yes, it's nice and sturdy. Yep, that's better. But it's fixed. That's all there is to it. And hopefully you came to this channel, you know, because you was looking for a fix for that, and that's what was in the title and it came up in your search. And you was kind enough to choose mine. But anyways, hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, would like you to hit like if you don't mind, and hopefully subscribe, and go to click my, you know, channel thing, my little name of my channel. It'll take you to the channel page, of course. Then you can hit uploads and it'll show you all my videos, and you can check some of them out. I do a lot of mini bike stuff if you ain't already watched my stuff. And I've been tinkering with this. I took the mirrors off. I was going to try to put them other risers on, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to stick with the risers I already had. Anyways, yeah, hopefully like, subscribe, and if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. And that way, a lot of times, if you don't hit the notification bell, I can share videos and you may not even know it. You hit the notification bell and it'll help you get your alerts to see my new content. Anyways, yeah, and share the crap out of it.